Hey guys, how you doing? It's been really busy. I told you I was working with the Democratic campaign, and I'm also doing some consultancy for the federal government. I run a contract with the National Parks and Recreation, which they oversee hundreds of parks. So I've been real busy with that, but I want to just step in to say what's happening on the ground in Gambia. Leonard Dominica was murdered. I believe it was October 19th. And so Code has a press conference scheduled for this Saturday, October 26th at 12 p.m. noon at Jamaica restaurant. That's near the Poco Loco Junction, if you're in the Gambia. So I am supporting Code and those folks who are on the ground still in Gambia. I love the Gambia, but the Gambia has gotten in a place where it isn't safe, regardless of what people say. You have to always be guarded. You have to stay vigilant and alert in the Gambia. There are so many things happening to this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful small country, from corruption to drug addiction, mental health issues, health facilities or the lack thereof, facilities, and you have human trafficking, you have prostitution from male and female. So there's a lot of social dynamics that are taking place. There's a lot of disparities, a lot of uncertainties, and people are doing whatever it takes to survive. So it's not just an attack on African ascendants. I want to say that. But Gambians, as well as other Africans, are being attacked within Gambia, being killed as well. So you have to be alert, very vigilant, aware of all of your surroundings and your connections. I want to fare on the safe side and say, enjoy your time in Gambia, enjoy your life in Gambia, but avoid these unnecessary connections and people knowing your every move. You want to make sure that you're navigating there just like you would navigate in America. You don't disclose all your secrets and you don't go happy, smiling, hee hee ha ha with everyone, revealing everything about you, where you are, going to the bank, and all those things. You want to avoid that. And when you're dealing with these workers, you want to make sure that you have some background checks and some references, and you want to try to make a connection with a village and a community and a family and build a rapport and build trust, but you still want to have your eyes dead on the ground and the situation. You don't want um, to be left alone in this environment, but you want to make sure that you are aware and that you know how to navigate safely. You'll have these issues in the community as well as outside of the ascendant community. So not only can you get it from other Africans, from Gambians, but you can also have these issues from African ascendants. So be careful, be cautious, stay safe. And this is literally what's happening on the ground. Another African ascendant was murdered in the Gambia. And, you have to make sure that you are aware of the connections you're making, even within your workers and the people you hire. There's so much jealousy, hatred, and envy, and insecurity, and poverty. So I've said this once before and I'll say it again. Never send your money to Gambia for land, period. Never deal with employees or people you have hired who you have not vetted and done background checks, and you need to let some officials know when you're doing these types of work, make sure you have the right permits and make sure that people have been approved to do this work. So that gives you a level of protection. Of course, it's some extra steps, but you got to take these steps, brothers and sisters, in order to be safe in the Gambia, in Ghana, and all of these small African countries. Things are happening all over the world, and so we can't go to Africa and think, oh, I'm free, I'm arrived, and everything is well, everything is safe. On the surface, it looks well, but the underbelly of what's happening, you'll start to realize it very quickly. But learn how to navigate in Gambia. Know who and um, who not to have relationships with. So you have to be very careful, and they don't have to know that you're being selective or picky about, your circle. But it's difficult, even within this diasporan community. The tribe is really not a tribe. So you have these different sects and you have these different cliques in groupthink and group work. It's existed like that since the beginning of time. When you're thinking about groupthink and group work, the group is making decisions for individuals, and a lot of time those individuals are not on the same page with this group think or this group work. So make sure that you have clear dialogue and clear communication and understand what your expectations are, what you can take, what you cannot take, and always, always, always have an exit strategy in case there is an emergency. But yes, things are happening, and people would want you to believe that the Gambia is safe and that there are no problems. But if there are one, two, three deaths, I don't care how many it is, they need to resolve these issues when it comes to criminality, robberies, thefts, murders, um, even women being drugged and assaulted or going to the country and marrying a Gambia and being locked down in a hotel room and having all of their ID and personal items taken from them because they went across the waters to marry someone they didn't know, whether male or female. It happens. There's no gender lines when I'm having these conversations. It happens to both men and women. So we have to be cognizant. We have to be aware. It is a scary time. It is happening. And I am of the opinion, based on my visits to Gambia and me living in the Gambia, that Gambia is not safe. It is not safe right now. And so you really have to pick and choose your locations. And if you decide to go, learn how to navigate. Because everybody who invites you over that says come to Africa, that's asking for donations, that's, asking for your support, doesn't necessarily mean when you get to Gambia, you'll have their support. So you have to be careful and you have to be aware. But no, that's the reason why I left Gambia. There was too many dynamics taking place, and I can see politically the landscape change. It was a downward slide, and it's still going down. And if you remember the war on drugs in America and what that looked like, just imagine Gambia, the smallest country, one of the smallest country in West Africa. The GDP is so low. The dollar, has no weight or no value. Food prices are up. Gentrification is happening. Mad land scamming is taking place. All of these things that are happening now is creating this environment of stability. You have the GRA, the corruption, that you have there. You have the OIC road. Yes, the OIC road. The billions of dollars, or billion or more, that went into the OIC road. And so there's corruption across the board. And you just want to be aware of that. And you want to make sure that you are traveling safe and that you are secure in all situations. And you want to make sure that you can make a mad exit out of there if you need to. So I just wanted to come online to let you know there's a lot of things happening. I haven't been able to come on as much, but I'm still hearing things, and I am sharing information with you, critical information. And I have emailed some of the code officers who are working on this press conference and connected them with some government people on how to move forward. So hopefully, if you're in Gambia, or if you know somebody in Gambia, or if you're connected with some YouTubers in Gambia, make sure you sell that information or share that information with them so that they can have access to this conference, because not everybody pays attention to me and not everybody is on YouTube watching me, but the facts are the facts, you know. Be well, my people. Be well, do well, and speak well. Ashe.